Hi, my name is Cameron, and today I'm going to be talking about the International Cannabinoid Research Society. Cannabis is almost as American as baseball, apple pie, and Chevrolet. American history reveals that in the 1600s, Americans grew hemp to produce clothing, rope, and sails. In 1619, Virginia passed legislation requiring farmers to grow hemp. Production flourished until the end of the Civil War. So when did Americans change their view about marijuana? Why was marijuana demonized? It is believed that after the Mexican Revolution ended, that although marijuana was still being used medically, it was introduced recreationally. Then, marijuana became a menace to society, and that label has been hard to shake ever since. Fortunately, the International Cannabinoid Research Society was founded in 1992. This organization's work opened the doors for marijuana to once again be a valuable commodity, as it is being used for medical purposes. The ICRS is a beacon of light, and it provides reliable, unbiased information in an embittered world. The ICRS has contributed greatly to an aid to the legalization of medical marijuana. The ICRS researches and reports news on cannabis. The ICRS's dedication to research recent news in support of legalization of medical marijuana should be admired. In an article published by the Medical Cannabis Network, David Finn, the president-elect of the ICRS, discussed the importance of cannabis in treating pain. The ICRS reports on the most current news and research, whether or not it supports what they believe, such as the characteristics found in the cannabinoids presents a reliable indication that suggests positive effects for different types of chronic and acute pain. This organization schedules meetings to remain current on the latest medical discoveries. These meetings take place all over the world, not just in the United States. The website, National Institute on Drug Abuse, shows all the upcoming ICRS meetings. Some of these meetings take place in Phoenix, Arizona, and some take place in Ireland, while others are being held virtually online. The content of these meetings include news from David Finn. Finn claims that in the pursuit of increased access to medical cannabis, the medical world should be open to considering cannabinoids medication and medical cannabis for specific patients with specific illnesses that medical cannabis can treat. These are just a few of the reports by the ICRS. This organization informs the world on medical cannabis and its ability to allow people to live without pain. Anyone who wants to experiment with cannabis for medical purposes should visit the ICRS website. In a world that is being shut down by COVID, where it is difficult to speak to a doctor or a live person because of the shutdowns, it is refreshing to have the information at our fingertips. The ICRS is just a click away. The ICRS conducts research and studies that show why medical marijuana can be legalized safely. The ICRS has instituted trials to see how cannabis works with pain, mainly neuropathic. Although these studies have only been taking place for a short period of time, the results show that marijuana has a positive impact on pain for their patients, and that makes them want to continue the studies for an extended period of time. Finn believes that the government funding and the industry funding must continue. He argues that it is fundamental to understanding and learning everything about the cannabinoid research system. This research is a stepping stone leading to the legalization of medical marijuana throughout our country. First comes the research. The next step is the evidence, and then the passage of information to the lawmakers. This finally leads to the legalization of medical marijuana throughout our country, as the evidence supports cannabis effectiveness. The ICRS deserves further praise as they collaborate with other organizations around the world, and together they are working to offer reviews that will help treat illnesses. This organization provides people with information they receive and help in treating illnesses. The ICRS is not biased and works as a nonprofit organization. America is divided in the views on legalizing medical marijuana. Currently, 17 states do not allow the practice of medical marijuana. The future of America and many of its pressing issues is uncertain as politics, the pandemic, the greed, and have turned our once united country into a turbulent, troubled sea of chaos. It is nearly impossible to trust any news source. Fortunately, amidst the deception, the ICRS can be relied on to calm the stormy sea that surrounds the issue of legalizing marijuana. It should not be decided by politics or greed, but by a reliable organization, and that organization is the ICRS. Their intentions are simply to report the truth. As it is a non-political, non-religious, and unbiased, the ICRS isn't afraid to mention any negative aspects about cannabis. Knowing the ICRS will report findings because there is no motive is refreshing. The ICRS's mission statement is 1. Foster the cannabinoid research. 2. Promote the exchange of scientific information and perspectives about cannabis, the cannabinoids, and endocannabinoids through the organization of scientific meetings. And 3. Serve as a source of reliable information regarding the chemistry, pharmacology, therapeutics uses, toxicology, and the behavioral, psychological, and social effects of cannabis and its constituents. The International Cannabinoid Research Society is a trustworthy organization. The ICRS helping people all over the world in many different ways. It works to keep updated on the most medical findings through research. Its research shows how marijuana can be used safely to treat pain, and it provides people with the opportunity to read their findings, and it works as a non-political, unbiased, and non-religious organization. In the United States, where politics have overcome science and greed has overcome common sense, it is refreshing to see the work of the ICRS shine through the aid in our calming storm. Thank you.